Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Bebo. In this video, we're going to take a look at combining like terms. As a reminder, this is part 2 of 4 in the video series on simplifying algebraic expressions. So like I said, in this video, we're taking a look at combining like terms to help us simplify algebraic expressions. Simplifying means to get these algebraic terms so that there are no more like terms, and then there's also no parentheses involved. Now, in this video, we won't see anything that involves parentheses, which also, again, indicates towards that distributive property. This one is strictly just combined like terms. So in the top left corner of this video screen, we see we got simplify negative 5x plus y plus 6 minus 5y minus 3. One of the things that I advise to my students is to rewrite all of the subtraction as adding the opposite. So I would write this as plus negative 5y and then plus negative 3. It just makes it a little bit easier to make sure that we're not disregarding those subtraction signs, because they do indicate that the term after is a negative. Speaking of terms, hopefully you recognized that this one has a total of 5 terms, and there are like terms that are involved in this. Now, when I take a look at the first term, it says negative 5x. When I look at the rest of this, there are no other terms with an x on it. So the negative 5x is going to be on its own. It's not going to be combined with anything else from this expression. Then I noticed that I have a y and that negative 5y. So we have a y and a negative 5y. That y has a 1 in front of it. We just don't need to write that coefficient, but it's 1y plus a negative 5y. So 1 plus negative 5 is going to be a negative 4y. So I'm going to go ahead and write plus negative 4y, and we'll clean that up in just a minute. Then we have our constants. We have a 6, and then we also have a negative 3. So 6 plus negative 3 is going to be a positive 3. I just mentioned how we're going to clean this up. Basically, this is not simplified, right? When we have that plus negative, that's not how we want to write our final answer. So remember, adding a negative, that's the same as just subtracting. So we're going to rewrite this as negative 5x minus 4y plus 3. Now, the way that I have this written, this is going to be considered in its standard form. I have my variables going numerically from left to right. Oh, sorry, I have them going alphabetically from left to right, and then it ends with that constant. I'm not always picky about this with my 6th graders and making sure that it's following that kind of standard form, but as you move through your math careers, you're going to notice that we do get a little bit more specific on how we want these expressions written. So just make sure you check with your teacher on how specific you need to be with the form that your final answer is in. Because we could write this, 3 minus 5x minus 4y. We could write negative 4y minus 5x plus 3, right? So we can transpose quite a few of those terms, and they all still mean the same thing, but what I have written is basically the proper way of writing that final answer. So you'll notice that I'll do that with all of my examples here. All right, next example says simplify negative 5 minus 3y plus 9 minus 6z plus 8w minus 4z. My advice for my students, again, is to rewrite all of those subtraction signs as adding the opposite. So we'll write that as plus negative 3y plus a negative 6z and plus a negative 4z. Just so, again, we can make sure we're not losing track of those negatives that are being, again, indicated by the subtraction sign. Now we have them clearly written. Next step is to identify those like terms. I notice I have a negative 5 and a 9 that are my constant terms. So we'll be able to combine those to make 4, positive 4, right? Because 9 plus negative 5, positive 4. Then we have a negative 3w and an 8w. So negative 3 plus 8 is going to be a positive 5. So this will be plus 5w. Then we have our last set of terms here. We have a negative 6z and a negative 4z. So negative 6 plus negative 4 is going to be a negative 10. So I'll write this as plus and then negative 10, and then don't forget your variable on the end of that one, so negative 10z. And then I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. Essentially, I'll write it in its standard form, so I'll have it as 5w and then minus 10z. So again, instead of writing it as plus negative, it's nicer to write it as just minus 10z, and then we'll have that constant on the end. And then that's it for that example. Now you can see the ones on the bottom here are going to involve some fractions. algebraic expressions can involve non-integer numbers, so again, those rationals. So the one on the bottom left says simplify 3/4 a minus 2/3 minus a half a plus 5/6. So again, start off by just taking a moment to write all those subtraction signs as adding the opposite, so adding a negative, just so that way we can make sure we don't lose track of those. Then hopefully we're noticing that, and I'm going to actually rewrite this so that we'll have our like terms right next to each other, just to make it a little bit easier to see step by step. We have those two terms with a's. Then we also have our two constant terms as well. Now to combine these, because we will be combining our a terms and then we'll be combining our constants, we need to have a common denominator because we're going to be adding or subtracting these, right? So for this -1/2 a, that is the same thing as 2/4. So 3/4 a plus a -2/4 a leaves you with 1/4 a. This -2/3, that's the same as 4/6, right? If I multiply each of those by 2. So 4/6, -4/6 plus 5/6 is going to be 1/6. So the final answer on this will be 1/4 a plus 1/6. And then it's going to be the same idea with the one on the right on the bottom. So simplify 1/8 minus 1/9 x plus 3/4 minus 2/3 x. Again, taking a moment to write this as plus -1/9 x plus -2/3 x. So again, we hopefully won't forget those negative signs. Just like the previous example, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this. You do not have to do this, but I'm going to rewrite this so that my like terms are right next to each other. So I'll have -1/9 x plus -2/3 x. Again, those are my like terms. Then I also have this 1/8 and the 3/4 that are another set of like terms. So very similar to the last question, I'll be combining those two variable terms and then combining those two constant terms. We do need a common denominator, so this -1/9 and the -2/3, 9 is going to be a great common denominator. So multiplying the 2/3, both the top and bottom, by 3, this will turn into a -6/9. And so -1/9 plus a -6/9 will be -7/9, and then we just got to make sure we add our variable on the end there. Plus this next one, we got 1/8 plus 3/4. 3/4 is the same as 6/8. So 1/8 plus 6/8 is going to be 7/8. And there's that example there. All right, so we got a lot on this slide that we're just going to quickly run through. So hopefully this will just really, again, help you understand how we combine like terms. So for number 1, we got 7a minus 6 plus 8a. I'm not going to rewrite that -6 as plus -6 because that's not being combined with anything. The only things we can combine on this are the 7a and the 8a, and that's going to make a total of 15 a's, and then we have that -6 just hanging on in the end. So that's it for the first one. Second one, 14b plus 6b minus 12. Same idea as the previous one. I'm not writing that -12 as plus negative because that -12 has no other constants to combine with. The terms that we can combine are the 14b and the 6b. So 14 plus 6 is 20. So we're going to have a total of 20 b's and then minus 12. All right, number 3. We got 20c plus 8d plus 10c minus 5d. So if it helps on this one, you might want to write this as plus -5d because we do have another term that can be combined with. So taking a look at my terms, we got a 20c that can be combined with a 10c. We have this 8d that can be combined with a -5d. So 20c plus 10c is going to be 30c. 8d plus -5d would be 3d. And then that is all that we can do with that expression there. Okay, moving on to number 4. We have -3d plus 8d minus 5d. So this one I'll go ahead and write this as plus -5d. And all of these are like terms. They all have the variable d on those variable terms. So -3d plus 8d would be 5d. So if we wrote this out step by step, we would have 5d plus -5d. Well, 5d plus -5d is going to cancel out. So some students will sometimes write 0d, but technically this is just 0. So you don't have to write the d next to it because 0 times anything is just 0. Number 5. 3e minus 19 minus 7e plus 10. So this is one that I would advise that you take the time to write this as plus negative, right? Because we do have some terms here that are going to be combined. The 3e and this negative 7e are going to be combined. So 3e minus or plus negative 7e is going to be a negative 4e. And then we have a negative 19 and a 10. Negative 19 plus 10 is going to be a negative 9. And so instead of writing it as plus negative 9, we're going to write it as just minus 9. So negative 4e minus 9 is going to be our final answer on that one. All right, number 6, negative 4f minus 9 minus f plus 15. Again, I would take the time to just go ahead and quickly write this as plus negative 9 plus negative f, so that we're hopefully not losing track of those negative signs. So we're going to have negative 4f plus this negative 1f. Those are going to be combined to make negative 5f. Then we have a negative 9 and a positive 15. So negative 9 plus 15 is going to be a positive 6. So we're going to write plus 6 on the end of our expression here. And then that's our final answer for that question. All right, moving on to number 7. We got 1.5g minus 10 plus 6.5g minus 3. Again, rewriting this as plus negative 10 plus negative 3. We have some sets of like terms here. We have the 1.5g and the 6.5g. And those are going to combine to make 8g. If you leave it as 8.0, that is also okay, but we don't need to have that 0.0 on the end. So that's why I'm just going to write it as 8g. And then negative 10 plus negative 3, again, that's going to be negative 13. And we could write it as plus negative 13, but that's technically not simplified. That looks kind of messy when you have that plus negative. So we're going to rewrite this as just 8g minus 13. All right, number 8. We got 1/2 h plus 2h plus 3/2 h minus 1. All of these right here are like terms, not the minus 1 though. The minus 1 is not part of it. That is a constant, right? So the 1/2 plus the 3/2, that's going to be 4/2. So we'll add those fractions first. So 4/2 h plus 2h, which that is going to just be 2h, because 4/2 is the same as just two holes. So 2h plus 2h is 4h. And then we just want to make sure we bring that minus 1 and add it to the end of that one. All right, and then our last example here, we have 4 and 2/10 j plus 6 and 7/10 j minus 5j minus 5. So these are all of our like terms on this one. The minus 5 is just going to be hanging on the end. So for this one, we'll have, if we combine the first two terms first, we'll have 4 and 2/10 j plus 6 and 7/10 j. That is going to be 10 and 9/10 j. And then we're going to take away 5 from that, which again, you can think of it as 5.0 to make sure that we're lining things up okay. This is going to end up being 5 and 9/10 j, and then minus 5 on the end. So hopefully all those examples help you with combining like terms. Make sure you check out the next video for help on distributive property, as well as a few examples on factoring algebraic expressions. Thank you for watching this one.